bankers, this is my last slide because my 12 minutes is just up, have reacted to the truth coming out. They admit that they've been telling porkies, and now they propose to increase their power. So central bankers belatedly admit, oh, now that you've mentioned it, yes, banks create the money supply. So let's abolish that now. And also, by the way, let's abolish cash. So what should we do? Well, introduce digital cyber currency that central banks issue and control, and thereby gain total control over all economic transactions, decisions, and the whole lot you've just heard from the CEO of the GDI. So the greatest concentration of central banking power in history is really the bid they're aiming at. That's the central bank's goal. And of course, digital accounts of dissenters and regime critics could be switched off. It'd be very difficult to even purchase necessities. So this is an Orwellian dystopia of total control, the end of any freedoms. That's really what central banks are aiming at. Several central banks have, like the Bank of England, already prepared their microchip implant, RFID chip, to be implanted under your skin. And why is the sudden discussion about universal basic income from all the grassroots and inverted commas movements and billionaires? Oh, universal basic income is the bribe for you to accept the microchip. The overarching trend of the 20th century is concentration of power in the hands of the few. That's what we have to keep in mind. We have to work against this. We don't want to have these unaccountable central planners making decisions. We need decentralization, and the solution therefore is to maintain public money in the hands of local community banks, decentralize decision-making, give local people the power in the form of local public banks and local not-for-profit community banks. As I walked in, I was delighted to see that the Gottlieb Duttweiler Institute is also about Genossenschaften, cooperatives, and of course, the majority of banks in Germany are cooperative banks, and that's really what we need. So
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders,
how
the
have
great millstone, rule well, being a great example to the young brothers in the truth, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect.
central bankers
And Lord willing, that's edifying. You know, as you see, that's one of the clips everybody been, doing videos on going into the mark of the beast, man. You got all these camps saying that the chip ain't the mark. Then what the fuck is, man? Because it ain't Christianity. It ain't spiritual. It ain't following after the ways of this world. That's just the image of the beast, man. The image of the beast is the ways of this world, going along with what they saying. That's the image of the beast, taking the vaccines and all that shit, But the mark of the beast is gonna be something physical, man. And if you can't if you can't put away, you stuck. How you want to put it? If you stuck in the ways of this world, you caught up in the image of the beast, man. If you can't let this place go, that's you gonna take the mark of the beast, man. Because it's all gonna be basically all in one, But let's keep going. Let's go to Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast come up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And that's going into the two horns like a lamb and speaking as a dragon, going to the Democrats and the Republicans, man. Because you people hollering about Trump and Biden right now. But hey, no matter who get elected, the same shit gonna come to pass. Trump can get elected, they still gonna try to chip everybody. Biden can get elected, he's still gonna do the same shit, man. Verse 12, and he exercised all the powers of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. And that's why they came up with that the Treaty of Rome, the America, NATO, and the EU, however it went. I know they did the Treaty of Rome and signed that treaty, you know, and basically the revives of the Roman Empire all over again, you know. Um, verse 13 to say, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of man. And that was going into Hiroshima, Nagasaki, man, you know. And just anything, you know, because America was the first, you know, they developed airplanes. You know, you go into the Wright brothers, what airplane was developed in America, and then everybody started making them. But they was the first to, you know, they were dropping bombs on people. You know, created the Air Force dropping bombs. You know, causing fire to come from heaven, man. You know, because before Hiroshima, Nagasaki, they were dropping all kind of bombs through Japan. You know, before they had dropped those atomic bombs, and the elder apostle Ariam Love, he went into that. You know how they was fucking Japan up, man. Then the last two bombs they dropped was those atomic bombs, man. And they ain't even have to do that. They just did it, man. You know, that's when everybody started to fear America, man. You know, that's when America became that great superpower in the earth too, man. You know. Verse 14 and say, and deceiveth them that dwell on earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. And how he gonna deceive the people that dwell on earth, going into like those neurolinks and all that old other crazy, that neuralink, that brain chip. If you deaf, you gonna be able to hear. If you blind, you gonna be able to see. If you can't walk, we can you know, we can fix that with this chip. And had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on earth that they should make an image to the beast. And that's the way, that's the philosophy, the way of this world, man. That's the image, man. You know, that's the image. The image ain't Caesar Borgia. It ain't the image of white Jesus, man. That's not the image of the beast, man. It's this system. You know, the ways, you know, how they run in this place. The system is the image of the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would worship the image of the beast should. So like, let me read that over. It say, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Yeah, so if you ain't gonna worship the image of the beast, say you ain't, you know, you ain't down with this new world order. You ain't, cause the new world order is basically the image of the beast. That's what, you know. If you ain't down with the new world order, you gonna be put to fucking death, man. You know, if you ain't down with all this shit they putting in place, you gonna get put to death, man. You have no part in that new world order if you ain't down, man. They gonna kill you, man. You know, ultimately, they gonna starve your ass at, you know. Verse 16, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Yeah, and that's what happened, man. He gonna cause everybody, cause you gotta think about it, man. Money ain't wicked, man. It's just the love of money is what's wicked. You know, money is a defense. So if he do away with paper money and make you go and make everything digital, only way shit gonna be, you know, the only way people gonna be able to make transactions and shit is if they get the chip, man, so to speak. You know, you gonna have to take that mark, man, if you want to continue on in this wicked ass society, man, being wicked, man. You gonna have to take the mark, or You gonna have to go off the grid. And then guess what? If they catch you, they still gonna try to put you to death, or you gonna starve out, or something gonna happen to you, man. It's a locking. But that's the point on 16 and 17. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. And we bond, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, you're a bond man, you know. Because if you go into Deuteronomy 28 and 68, it say that we're going to be sold for bond men and bond women, and no man shall buy this, man. When you go into that word buy, it meant redeem. So nobody going to redeem us till Yahweh shall return, you know. Who are the free? These Edomites, they free. Who are the rich? These Edomites and these other heathen nations, they rich. Who the poor? We the poor. Free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So ain't nobody gonna be able to buy and sell unless you get that mark, man. Let's go back to what he
My
said.
last slide. So the greatest concentration of central banking power in history is really the bid they're aiming at. That's the central bank's goal. And of course, digital accounts of dissenters and regime critics could be switched off. It'd be very difficult to even purchase necessities. So this is an Orwellian dystopia of total control, the end of any freedoms.
And that's why they doing it, because they want total control, man. You know? You ain't gonna be able to goddamn sell dope and all that old crazy shit no more, man. You know? You ain't gonna be able to have street money, and you ain't gonna be able to, do all this other shit unless you get that chip, because that money ain't gonna be worth a damn thing no more, man. You know? If you ain't gonna have gold and silver, you gonna be fucked up, man. You gonna need some gold and silver, or you gonna need that chip to buy and sell. Cause gold, no matter what they do, gold and silver still gonna have monetary values, cause it's a precious metal, man. You know. What it's called? Damn, what that shit called? Damn, what you call it? Cows. Cattle. That's a a form of riches as well, like cattle, land. But they can take your land. If you're an American, you don't have land, man. This shit belongs to the elite bankers, man. You know. But let's keep playing.
That's really what central banks are aiming at. Several central banks have, like the Bank of England, already prepared their microchip implant, RFID chip, to be implanted under your skin.
Exactly. The RFID microchip implant to be planted under your skin. These the central banks now. These the banks that the little banks got. You know what I'm saying? These the banks of the world, man. You know? And what they aiming at, man. Implanting you, man. You know? And Jake still playing. But this 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11, at least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. But, you got all these Israelite camps. They are ignorant of these devices, man. And by you not telling your congregation that the mark of the beast, that the RFID microchip implant is not the mark of, by you not telling them it's the mark of the beast, and saying, oh, that ain't the mark of the beast, but this the mark of the beast, but I ain't gonna take it. Okay, say you don't take it, but shit, you got simple people following you, and they fucking around and take it. That blood gonna be upon your hands, man. You know? You ain't gonna have to take it. The Lord gonna destroy your ass like you took it, man. You know? If you don't correct that shit, the Lord is gonna destroy you people, man. You Israelites out there who know you Israelites, the Lord gonna fuck you up, man. You know? This Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. They read, well, I start at 1. This Habakkuk 2 and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he shall say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And he answered me then and said, measure. And he answered me then, and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the table, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for a appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Verse 5, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, philosophy. He is a proud man, Esau, the almost proud, These Americans proud too, but the Edomite, the central bankers, they the proudest people on earth, man. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. And where's they original home, man? Not the Caucasus Mountain, Mount Seir, man. You know, Mount Seir is their original home, But where they at? All over the damn place, saying they the Egyptians, they the Israelites, they South Africans, they American, they every goddamn thing, man. You know. It say, neither keepeth at home who enlarges his desires as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto himself all nations through these central banks, and having control of the resources and money, and got all these places in debt. You know, That's how he gathered all these places unto, gathered him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. How? Because hey, everybody is in debt to these fucking to 150 men, man. 150 men have the whole earth in debt, man. And it's billions and billions of people on this planet, man. They have all the countries, all the lands, everything truly belong to them through debt, man. Through deceit. They deceive the earth, man. What I got? But all this shit gonna be upset. I got a whole bunch of precepts, but I might not get all of them. So like I'm going through some of these precepts. And for our people who wanna, you keep hollering, it ain't the chip, it's this and that. And you people just wanna continue to trust in Egypt, man. Hey, you gonna get pierced by that chip. You gonna take that chip. Cause you gonna wanna continue on in this wicked ass kingdom, man. You love your life on this side. This Isaiah chapter 36 and 6, it say, lo, thou trustest in a staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him. Yeah, because all you people that trusting in Trump and Biden and this and that, you gonna take that fucking chip, man. You know? And that shit you gonna lean and that shit gonna pierce your hand, and you gonna have the chip, and then the missiles gonna be on your ass, man. This Isaiah 27 and 1. And that day, Yahweh with his sword and great and strong sword. What's that sword and great and strong sword? Those ICBM missiles, nuclear missiles, man, shall punish Leviathan, that piercing serpent. That old serpent which is known as the devil and Satan. Esau, man. His whole infrastructure, his whole beast system is going to be destroyed, man, by that great strong sword, man. Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. Yeah, who is the dragon that's in the sea? Esau Edom, man. You know, that dragon with seven heads and 10 horns, man. That beast, man. This is Esau Edom, man. This nigga finna be taken out of power swiftly and speedily, man. You know? And hey, if our people want to continue on listening and following this nigga, they gonna get put to death too. You know, but the elect gonna get the victory, man. It's written, man. This Revelation 15 and verse 2. I start at 2. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, standing on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. And they sang, you know, because like it say, you know, I ain't gonna keep going. It say they got the victory. It say they done got the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark, man. You know, those who came out of the world and repented, man, and came up out of this place, man. The ways of this place, man. You know, they gonna get the victory. You know, and 2/3 of our people, they gonna get left hand melted. And they sang the song of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, and the song of the Lamb, saying, "Great and marvelous are thy works, Yahweh power." It say, "Lord power Almighty." You know, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Almighty. Just and true are thy ways, the King, thou King of saints. And that's pretty much it. I ain't gonna keep going on that. You know. Ain't gonna get that neither. Let me see. This Job chapter 5 and verse 12. It reads, "He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise." You know, so he gonna disappoint the devices of Esau Edom. Your new world order is done before it even gets started, baby boy. You know, I'm finna fuck you up, man. This Job 20 and verse 22. "In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits." These are not straight, like it's straits as a path of difficulty. "Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him." Yeah, and you go into that word wicked, it just means laborer. You know, that word wicked right there. "Shall come upon him." That's why you got all these Edomites coming up. You know, everybody coming, they speaking on the wickedness that these devils are trying to pull off, man. "When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him." What's the fury of his wrath? That great sword, man. They brought forth the weapons of the Lord indignation, man. Those ICBM missiles, man. That's the fury of the Lord's wrath. And those chariots as well, you know. It say, "Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through." Going into those nuclear missiles, man. "It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yeah, the glittering sword cometh out of his galls. Terrors are upon him. All the dark, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume it. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heaven shall reveal is his iniquity, and the earth shall raise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from Yahweh, the heritage appointed unto him by Yahweh. You know. So this is this man here, destruction, man, the son of perdition, man, Esau Edom, man. You know, this is his heritage. This is his portion, man. You know, destruction, man, death, man. He got everything now, but he finna soon lose it all, man. You know, and this another, you know, you had what his name is, this count ISUPK hollering about you don't need to be watching the times, looking up, doing this and that, trying to see when this gonna happen and that. No, man. Hey, man, when they start implementing that chip, we know that we almost up out this bitch, man. You know, simple as that. When all that shit start jumping off, that's how we know we almost up out of here, man. You know, they implement that chip. Hey, you can start counting the days. You know, and we don't know when the Lord gonna come back, but they go to show you, cause the Lord ain't gonna let these niggas complete that. He ain't gonna let their hands fulfill their enterprise. But if you don't know what they trying to do, you can't discern when the Lord gonna come, man. See, it's a spiritual thing, man. We don't know the exact date, cause we don't know when Esau gonna implement his chip, but we know it's getting close. Cause hey, this shit done, man. Everything bankrupt, you know. They trying to get this shit going, man. That's why they trying to hurry up and collapse the whole economy with that. Man, the economy was shut down for what they were 3 months, something like that. That they did, printed out all that money, you know, it destroyed it even further and put it more 3 trillion, 2 trillion, however many trillions of dollars more than that, man. Money that you ain't even got, man. They just said he just said that they admitted that they make the money, man. All they do is print the money. See, they got all the real money. They got all the land, the resources, the this and that. And they just print out paper and give it to you motherfuckers and let you think you rich, man. But you ain't got a goddamn thing. You got paper in your hand, man. If you ain't got silver and gold and land and cattle, you know, and rubies and you know, if you ain't got shit like that, you ain't got yourself nothing, man. You got a whole bunch of stacks of fucking blue faces, what you niggas call them, man, and greenbacks. Nigga, you got paper in your hand, man. That shit ain't worth fucking nothing, man. You know? But that's pretty much it, man. You know? Through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Lord willing it will edify. I want to end to giving infinite honor and glory to Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai Basham, Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, rule web, and a great example to the younger brothers in the truth, and peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Lord, when this edifying to the next time, I want to say Shalom. Kwam Yashala and the Bible. Shalom.
How have the central bankers, this is my last slide because my 12 minutes is just up, have reacted to the truth coming out? They admit that they've been telling porkies, and now they propose to increase their power. So central bankers belatedly admit, oh, now that you've mentioned it, yes, banks create the money supply. So let's abolish that now. And also, by the way, let's abolish cash. So what should we do? Well, introduce digital cybercurrency that central banks issue and control, and thereby gain total control over all economic transactions, decisions, and the whole lot you've just heard from the CEO of the GDI. So the greatest concentration of central banking power in history is really the bid they're aiming at. That's the central bank's goal. And, of course, digital accounts of dissenters and regime critics could be switched off. It'd be very difficult to even purchase necessities. So this is an Orwellian dystopia of total control, the end of any freedoms. That's really what central banks are aiming at. Several central banks have, like the Bank of England, already prepared their microchip implant, RFID chip, to be implanted under your skin. And why is the sudden discussion about universal basic income from all the grassroots and inverted commas movements and billionaires. Oh, universal basic income is the bribe for you to accept the microchip. The overarching trend of the 20th century is concentration of power in the hands of the few. That's what we have to keep in mind. We have to work against this. We don't want to have these unaccountable central planners making decisions. We need decentralization, and the solution, therefore, is to maintain public money in the hands of local community banks, decentralize decision-making, give local people the power in the form of local public banks and local not-for-profit community banks. As I walked in, I was delighted to see that the Gottlieb Duttweiler Institute is also about Genossenschaften, cooperatives, and of course, the majority of banks in Germany are cooperative banks, and that's really what we need. So